Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to episode 2 of Ya Boy Kongming. We are continuing this series. Another one that we are not wasting a lot of time on getting back to, but that's just because I have been, just like with Spy Family, I've been so fucking hyped on continuing this. I just didn't want to wait any longer. So we are getting to this. Plus, there's a lot of series on my list for first impressions, continuations that are like double length every episode. Double length, they're like 40 to an hour every episode, and it's like, with the schedule where it's currently at, I can't do that at the moment. So we need something to replace Jujutsu Kaisen for the time being while we take a break from that. That's just normal run length, I feel, and this was what I wanted to do out of those the most. So this is what we're getting to. We're still going to get to everything else. All of that's still going to happen, but we're getting to this first. I'm just really hyped for this. The first episode was so fucking good. It was so funny, so interesting. And I just really love the characters, the animation, the music, everything about it, really. The story. It's kind of like an isekai, but also not. Because he's not really transported to another world, per se. He's transported to the future and a different country, but not really another world. So it's kind of like an isekai, but not entirely the same. But either way, it's a really cool concept. I love the focus on music, and again, the characters are fantastic. I've rewatched the first episode multiple times, and I'm excited to check out more. I don't know where anything goes. There's been a lot of reactors going through these episodes, but I haven't looked up any spoilers or anything, so we're just gonna kind of go with it as it goes. In the first episode, we're introduced to, and I'm probably gonna get his name pronunciation wrong, but Zhu Liang. I probably butchered that, and I apologize. Zhu Liang, courtesy name Kongming, was a real-life Chinese military strategist who was compared to Sun Tzu. He's known for being extremely smart and being just kind of an absolute genius on the battlefield. So, on his deathbed, he wishes that he could be reborn in a world without war, a world where peace is known. Unfortunately, he is reborn, but I wouldn't say it's a peaceful world. He's reborn in modern-day Japan. He just kind of wakes up there in his younger body, thinks it's hell originally, and is kind of drawn to a club. It's Halloween night, so everyone thinks he's just in costume and everything. But he's eventually brought to this club where he hears this girl named Aiko singing. He becomes enamored with her, but because everyone around her is getting him drunk, he eventually passes out in an alley. She notices him, brings him back to her place, and has to deal with him, seeming crazy. Because he's saying that he's this ancient Chinese military strategist, doesn't know anything about this future technology and shit, is asking Aiko about the blockchain, and that would make anyone crazy, because fuck NFTs and crypto and bullshit like that. Fuck the blockchain. But, yeah, it's just a lot that he has to get used to. She ends up helping him get a job at the BB Lounge, the bar she works at. And it helps that her boss, who is very Yakuza-like in his appearance and mannerisms, it helps that he is a huge Three Kingdoms nerd, and so he's very familiar with Kongming, and because of that, they get along famously. Kongming starts working at the bar, being a genius at making drinks as well, apparently, and agrees to even help, at the end, manage Aiko's career to help her become a great singer with a lot of fans, basically to help her follow her dream. We also find out for Aiko that she was depressed and suicidal in the past. And that part really hit me hard because, as someone who has gone through that myself, both the depression and the suicidal tendencies, like, I wish that someone was there to, at that time, to pull me back in a way that really helped me. Um, like the boss did for her. Um, I didn't have that support system as much, though. For me, my support system ended up becoming animation after I was literally saved on the day I was planning on killing myself in a way that would not fail. Um, I was literally saved by My Little Pony by discovering that and becoming just absolutely entranced with it. Um, Luckily, that saved my life, but I've talked about that plenty in the past, so I'm not going to bring it up again here. For those who are new to the channel, who might have found it through this series or another series recently, yeah, it sounds wacky as hell, but it's true. My Little Pony saved my life. um, but yeah, that really instantly connected me with Aiko. Although even by that point, since that was by the end of the episode, I was already really well connected to her character. I already really enjoyed her. But that really just hit it to a new level that I just couldn't deny. So yeah, I'm really hooked in on this, and I've been wanting to see more and more, but I've had to hold off, and now I don't have to anymore. We can get to it. Even though I'm pre-recording this weeks and weeks in advance, I'm still excited to actually get to this. So we're just going to stop with the pre-thoughts and move on to, the actual reaction. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Yeah, this is just fantastic. I'm sorry. It's just... It's so fucking good. It's so genuinely good. The visuals are great. The music is great. I love practically everything about this. But on top of it all, you also have to look forward to the story. This episode, progresses things a lot, and it's really interesting to see. You could almost say, so I can see some people saying it progresses things too fast, but maybe they'll touch on that. Maybe they'll touch on the fact that she's going up in popularity really fucking quickly, and it might overwhelm her. I could very much see the series tackling that kind of issue. But we see here that Kongming gets tickets, thanks to the boss, to go to this event that is being headlined by a pretty famous singer named Mia. They see the show and they very much enjoy it, and so afterwards they go to see Mia in her dressing room, and they get a chance to talk to her. They compliment her music, and Aiko mentions that she is a singer as well. Mia invites her to perform at an event they're doing, and it seems all great, but we find out that Mia's a bitch. That she is a selfish, entitled, egotistical bitch who is doing this to make herself look better. She's taking this no-name singer with barely any followers and putting her on a stage opposite of hers at the same time so that it would bolster her own audience. While Aiko, of course, would just face the repercussions of that. Unfortunately for Mia, Aiko has the genius strategist Kongming at her side. He puts together this plan utilizing this ancient strategy that he and the boss had talked about to basically get this massive audience on Aiko's floor and to keep them from leaving by using specific placement, fog machines, and all this stuff to basically get people lost so they can't escape. It's really funny, actually, how he just like fools them into not being able to leave the floor just through just clever placement and everything of different objects and people and whatnot. It's actually it's genius. It's legitimately genius. Um, and so Aiko ends up getting this massive audience, and because of it, they stay for her music and they love her music and they follow her on Pinstagram. And she gets this just massive jump up in followers, and it's a big deal and it's awesome. It's really cool to see that. But it is a lot, and you can tell it's kind of like shocking to her. But she very much appreciates it nonetheless and can very much see Kongming's worth. She understands that he's doing her well here. So, yeah. On top of that, this episode, it wasn't as funny as the first one. The first one had more, like, comedy to it. This one had a little bit, but was definitely more focused on the actual story and characters. But it was all very good still, and it was still very enjoyable, very fun to watch, entertaining from start to finish. Like, it went by. Like, it surprised me when it was just kind of over like that. It's just like, oh, just seamless transition into the ED. Oh, okay, sure. It went by so quick because I was just enjoying the shit out of it. Yeah, I think this series is definitely gonna be up there for me. I think right now I'm enjoying Spy Family more, but I've also seen more episodes of Spy Family at the moment. So it's not an entirely fair comparison. But we'll see how it goes. I would like to hear your thoughts, though, so tell me in the comments below, what did you think of episode 2 of your boy Kongming? Let me know down below, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.